Hi, my name's Gehl, and today I want to talk about niche markets, or for those of you located in the US, where you call them niche markets. Either way, exact same thing. Now, reason why I want to talk about niche markets is because if you are in that stage of startup, when I say stage of startup, you're actually just trying to figure out what kind of business you could have online or come up with a business idea. A niche market is going to be the place that you start. The reason, though, I'm creating this video is not to talk about how to find niche markets. I'll talk about that later. And if you use our free tool called IdeaBot at IdeaBot.ai, you can uncover lots of great niche markets. But what I want to do right now is I want to define what a niche market is. If you go to good old dictionary.com and look up niche market, it gives you a very general explanation, definition of what a niche market is. It's funny, you know, it's one of those terms that if I say to an audience of people, and I've done this many times where I'm speaking at a live event and I say, okay, who here knows what a niche market is? Put your hand up. You know, a large percent of the room is going to put their hand up. I say, okay, great. Can somebody tell me what a niche market is? Define it for me. What I get back in responses are typically these very general and vague answers. People say things like, well, it's a group of people that, have something in common or similar demographics, and they come up with vague definitions. Here's the problem with that. If you don't have a clear definition, a clear set of parameters as to what a niche market is, how the heck are you ever going to know if you found one? There's the problem. What is a niche market? When I'm either working with somebody, coaching people, or myself looking for a niche market to start an online business, this is the criteria I look for. A niche market, first of all, is a group of people, obviously, but the thing that ties them all together, primarily, it's not their age or race or career, typically. Instead, it is that they all have a common need, want, or best of all, a problem that they're trying to acquire or solve. So a common need, want, or problem. That is what ties them together. And ideally, in the best case, I want to find people that have a problem and they're out there seeking a solution. So this could be, people that want to buy a new fishing rod. Okay, that's my niche market. People who are looking to buy a new fishing rod. Or it could be people that are looking for a way to invest their money with low risk. Or it could be a group of people that have a specific health issue that they're trying to remedy. Or it could be people who want to start their own YouTube channel and need help starting it. That's the starting point of a niche market. Now, here's the mistake most people make. They stop there. They stop at the definition I just gave you. My niche market is people who are looking to buy a new fishing rod, or my niche market is people who are starting to want to start a YouTube channel and need help. Now, you might think, okay, well, that's a niche because those are people that all have something in common, but that's still too general. In order to find a niche market that you can laser target online with an offer that they feel is so congruent to what they're looking for, their only logical conclusion is to actually buy it. So in order to get to this level, to define our niche market at that specificity, I assume that's a word, what we need to do is we need to go deeper. So let's take, for example, people who want to buy a fishing rod, okay? So we know there's people out there and they want to buy a fishing rod. But here's the thing. There's all kinds of different fishing rods you can buy. And depending on what kind of fishing they want to do and where in the world they want to do it, they may need a different type of fishing rod. Our niche market may not be people who want to buy a fishing rod because that could mean a lot of different things. So we need to dig deeper. How do we dig deeper? Well, in this specific niche, one way is find a way within that niche to be more specific. In different niches, there'll be automatically ways that you can be more specific. Instead of saying a fishing rod, we could say our niche market is people who need to buy a fishing rod for salmon fishing in rivers, or people who are going a deep sea jigging for halibut and they need a special type of a rod. Now, we've gotten very specific. You might think, well, that's really specific, but at the end of the day, there are thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of people probably every year around the world buying salmon fishing rods for rivers. We need to get that specific. Let's take the YouTube channel. Maybe our market is we help people build YouTube channels and market YouTube channels. Here's the problem. There are all sorts of YouTube channels that exist out there, from purely entertainment channels to influencer channels to business channels to educational channels like mine. Now we want to slice and dice this niche and go deeper by a specific segment of that market. Maybe we say, okay, our niche market is small businesses that want to create a YouTube channel to drive more business to their physical local locations. That's who we work with. Now we have something very specific that we can focus on, a very specific market that we can craft a very specific offer to and target. When we get to this level of detail, defining our niche market, everything else gets easier. The ability to create an offer that's compelling, that's in line with what they want, to find them online, to speak to them online, it all gets a heck of a lot easier. We can also slice and dice niche markets and get more specific by adding other elements. I gave you two examples there. We talked about fishing and then we said, okay, let's go deeper. What type of fish and what kind of fishing? And then we said, okay, well, what about YouTube channels? Well, we said, let's pick a segment, small businesses trying to use YouTube to drive local business to their, physical location. Great, we've got some very specific criteria there. That being said, there's certain niches that even that can be really broad. So let's take weight loss, for example. Weight loss is a massive niche. How do you compete in a weight loss niche when you're against things like, Weight Watchers and Jenny Craig and these monstrous, billion-dollar companies that are targeting mass market? This is where we need to go deep. When it comes to weight loss, for example, I would go deep and find a specific type of person that is trying to lose weight. That could be somebody that is pre-diabetic. That could be somebody that is looking for a specific type of weight loss. But the other way to slice and dice a lot of markets is with the standard demographic criteria. So you could say age and gender. I help men over 50 lose that hard to lose belly fat that so many men have, that really bad stuff. And that's my market. And then maybe I could go even deeper than that. I could say I help men over 50 in the US or in a specific area. Again, I've seen people, small players, go into these competitive markets but carve out a niche by saying, I do weight loss, but I do it for working moms in Singapore, right? So they're taking a very, very specific market and connecting with that market. The moral of the story is when you go out there to find a niche market, you need to have a clear vision of what makes a good niche market. The long and short of it is the more specific you can be, the better. When you're looking for a niche market, when you think you've found a niche market, I would challenge you to say, okay, how else can you be even more specific? What segments could exist in that market that you could focus specifically on and craft a message that speaks exactly to them. The reason this works so well is it's almost common sense. People want to feel like the offer that you have has been literally designed specifically for them. I mean, imagine a middle-aged man who's a working professional, works 60 hours a week, has a high-stress executive job, has told they're pre-diabetic and it's this stupid extra belly fat that's causing these problems and they need to get rid of it. They get an offer from 30 pounds in 30 days, anybody. We see those offers all the time. And so offer A, 30 pounds in 30 days, anybody can do this. And then offer B, they see is, hey, are you over 40, working 50 to 60 hours a week, need to lose stubborn belly fat? Well, if that's you, we have an answer. What do you think is going to capture their attention to make them feel like it was meant for them? Well, obviously B. And that's the whole point. When, as a small business, we dig into these niche markets, we are going to uncover people that want that level of specificity. They want to feel like their specific situation is being handled by you. And when you are able to craft an offer that speaks directly to them, they are going to make the buying decision very, very quickly. Once you found the niche, can you be more specific? So now you have a better grasp on what a niche market is. If you need help finding niche markets and researching niche markets, I would 110% recommend that you go check out IdeaBot.ai. That's a tool I built with my team that I give away for free, that's going to allow you to tap into literally thousands of niche market ideas, to take the ideas you have and with the click of a button, with the type of a keyword, instantly analyze niche markets, drill down, expand on ideas, find product ideas, and it costs you nothing to use. So what are you waiting for? Below this video, you'll find a link to IdeaBot.ai. Go check it out. And if you have any questions about niche markets, post them in the comment section below and I'll get back to you. Hope this was helpful and check out the rest of my channel while you're here. I'm sure you will learn something. See you soon.